Which God? Pascal's wager is an idea that was dreamt up by a mathematician called Blaise Pascal, who postulated that the advantages of believing in God far outweighed the advantages of not believing in God, and that not believing had much worse consequences than believing. The problem is, well, there's plenty of problems with Blaise Pascal, and it's been disproven and discredited and rebutted and refuted several dozen million times. Check it out on the internet. One of the main problems is, of course, which God? The Christian one? The Muslim one? There's no proof of any particular God. There's also the whole point of, don't you think God will know that you're just believing in Him so that you will get into heaven? Or get the internal reward that you're supposed to receive upon your death for believing? Won't God realize you're just trying to crash the party? I mean, it's a nonsense argument, and it's still being thrown around because it sounds reasonable, but a friend of mine pointed out before I recorded this video, obviously, there's something hidden inside of Pascal's wager that is far more insidious than just a complete and utter lack of logic, which is strange for a mathematician. But the problem with Blaise Pascal is it reveals one of the most hateful aspects of any dogmatic religion, faith, or just plain system. It's the fear of punishment. I mean, I've covered this in some of my other videos, that Christians and other people of other religion love to say, without fear of punishment, we have no excuse to be good. We have to be afraid of punishment to do good. And the obvious rebuttal that a lot of atheists or secularists or just plain believers who think come up with is, no, we don't. We do not need punishment to be kept in line. Even if we had no fear of punishment, we'd all be good. The key word is all. That is false. I was very surprised to learn this, but I learned it reading a book by Steven Pinker called The Language Instinct. He brought up that in 1969, in Montreal, on October 7th, there was a police strike, and it is known, at least to the source that I looked up, as the Night of Terror. There was rioting in the streets. Taxi companies declared war on each other because of airport tariffs or monopolies or something along those lines. You can look that up too. Bank robberies went up because there was no police to stop it. But that, at first glance, seems like it's a point for the believers. Without fear of punishment, people will do bad things. The real problem is we have no way of measuring how many people stayed at home and never even considered, how many people stayed at home and never even considered going out and breaking the law. We have no way of knowing how many people might have wanted to, but stayed at home anyways because just different things to do. We have no idea we have no idea how many people were good, even despite the lack of police. You won't find those statistics anywhere because they cannot be measured. You can measure the crime, but you can't measure what people are thinking. So it's a pretty odd argument to make, but people do need some fear of punishment. Some people do need some something bad to stop them from doing bad things. And that's very unfortunate. I would ask why that is. I'm not an expert in much, but I would ask, what could possibly cause people to need punishment to be good? I don't know. And if anyone has any idea, you know, send me some links or something. I would be very interested in finding that out. What I will point out, though, is that fear of punishment is not how someone becomes good. If I picked up a gun, shot your friend, and then pointed it at you and said, grab a first aid kit and patch him up, are you a hero for saving your friend's life at gunpoint? If I say, do something good or else I kill you, you're not being good. You're being coerced to do something. There's no morality there. There's no decision on your part to, oh, well, yes, I'm going to be a good person and avoid getting shot in the head. You're not being moral by fearing hell. You're not being moral by fearing the consequences of some magic being who lives in the sky who said, do this or else. You have no morality there. The morality belongs to those who do not need that. The people who stayed at home, huddled together, and were riding out the storm. The morality belongs to those people who we will never know and never hear about. Remember, just because I wear a mask doesn't mean I'm wrong.